Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Todd. I'm glad you could be here. It is Monday. It's Monday. Hopefully you had a good weekend. We're back here. Been doing great. Hope you've been doing well as well. My name is Todd. If you're new here, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. We have 5 amazing member-requested videos for you today. So you've come to a good one. These are very interesting videos, not kind of the standard fare that you're kind of used to. So it's a little something different, which is good. But before we jump into that and obviously go over what we're going to be watching today, reacting to, let's go ahead and bring up the website, toddreacts.com. Just a little room cleaning here. toddreacts.com. These are all, like I said, member-requested videos. All the tiers you see before you are video requesting tiers. They have little differences here and there, so be sure to read the descriptions and check those out. Shout out to all the members of toddreacts.com. And of course, we have the winter collection of merch available right now. Should be leaving, I think it's June 1st is when the summer collection will be launching. I'm working on that currently. But yes, the winter collection's available for right now. 15% off for website members, ships worldwide. Got a ton of different colors to choose from, very inclusive sizing, all that good stuff. So go ahead and check that out. And then we have the accessories as well for you to look at. You can check that out at your leisure. And of course, if you're watching this at a later time, later day, it is a YouTube channel, first and foremost. Over 14,700 of you have already subscribed to the YouTube channel. Shout out to all of you. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. It costs you nothing, and hopefully the algorithm works in your favor, so it pops it up on your home screen. Over 1,200 videos on the YouTube channel, so go ahead and check those out. It's been 5 years of work. Woo! 5 years of work. Good grief. It was just the anniversary a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, it's been a labor of love, and I'm glad you're here. Glad you're enjoying it as much as I am. We have playlists as well. I do like to point that out every once in a while. So if you're looking for something specific, and I've reacted to it at least twice, usually, I make a playlist of it, and there's so many. There's an insane amount of playlists. Some of the longest ones, Vampire Diaries probably, Doctor Who certainly. I can't remember. And 911 for sure. That's at 47, I think. Shameless is at 39 different videos. Yeah, Doctor Who's at 86. That's quite a few. So if you're looking for something very specific, you will find it, and it's a lot of content to catch up on, so go ahead and check that out. And last but certainly not least, of course, it's the Discord, which is, I think we're at 320-ish members, or we're close to 320, somewhere around there. For some reason, they don't allow me to bring it up on desktop. I don't know why. That makes no sense. But as you can see at the top, it tells you I'm live, which I am. Gives you a nice little link to the Twitch channel. If you have the app installed, it'll just open the app. If you don't, it'll just open a browser. You can watch that way, certainly. And we do host the monthly Discord stream in there. Everybody can join. It's open to all the members of the Discord. It's totally free to join, so join us in there. And you get access to that Discord-only stream, which we are reacting to series member videos. Little perk. If you're looking at the tiers, it's a little perk for the series members. We pick 5 of their videos off the queue and check it out a little earlier than if they were just on the queue. And of course, we have tons of different fandom channels and community channels as well for you to get to know each other. Friends have been made, all that good stuff. 100 more to be the lucky number. Indeed. So go ahead and check out the Discord. It's a great place. Very friendly, very welcoming environment. If you're terrified of, talking in front of that many people, I promise you we're very nice. We're very nice. We won't jump on you and all that stuff. It's extremely nice. Please feel comfortable. And if you're, been thinking about joining, here is your invite, your own personal invite, if you've been looking for it. So go ahead and join us in there. Join us during the monthly stream as well. It wants me to update it. I'm not going to do it right now. It's not a good idea. But I think I will bring up, because I just worked on this. I literally appreciate it, Roxas. I just worked on this, let's see, for the past couple weeks. I've been working on updating the video queue and the queue request form, coding, all that stuff. I brought it down from 1,000 lines of code, and I know this is extremely nerdy, but I brought it down from 1,000 lines of code to 250, which is quite the reduction. So we'll kind of bring it up and just kind of show you what exactly, you know what, I can just go to it from here. You'll see the link is at the top here, video queue, and this will show you all the videos that have been requested by members and actually the date that they've been requested. So these are all the videos coming up in stream. And if you don't see something that you want on there, or maybe you have an idea of what you want on there, you just scroll to the bottom of the page. You can actually sign up for a tier on that same page, of course. So go ahead and check that out. It should be working quite well now. A lot of work that went into that. I'm not good at coding, so I had a lot of help from ChatGPT and whatnot. So hopefully it works. But if it doesn't, I'll always be making little tweaks to it and all that stuff. But right now, it's working flawlessly, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the lineup. I appreciate it, Roxas. I appreciate it. I work hard. Sometimes it doesn't work out very well, but I try. That's the main tagline of this entire channel is I tried. It works is the big achievement. Indeed. That is a huge achievement. I tested as much as I could, but obviously with one of those things, you can only test so much on your own. You got to open it up to the masses to see, stress test and whatnot. But seems to be working well. And obviously, if there's any issues and you're a member requesting, just let me know in the Discord, and I will try to fix it. All right, we're going to start off with General Hospital. William Lipton. You might know William Lipton from The Runarounds, which is a show on Prime. I think we're waiting on whether or not Amazon will give them a second season. Meanwhile, they're like touring the country and selling out concerts, so it's kind of like a no-brainer that they would extend the show to a second season. So we have a couple songs of him singing on General Hospital, oddly enough. And then after that, we have 5 Seconds of Summer. It's actually Carpool Karaoke. I have no idea. I guess it's Carpool Karaoke with 5 Seconds of Summer. Very similar to the James Corden style that he used to do on his late night show. And then after that, we have a video from the show it's EastEnders. EastEnders, Ben Mitchell video. I think Jace was mentioning this earlier in the Discord. I think I've reacted to once Ben, but I think it was part of a different video. So Ben was a part of it, but I don't know if he was the star of that video, so it might be kind of hard to find. We'll see if we can find it afterwards. But after that is Forever, which I don't think I've reacted to before. So that'll be very interesting. Henry and Joe are the stars of that one. And then we're ending stream and capping it off with a Stranger Things video. This is Joyce and Hopper. It's a humor video, apparently. So that should be pretty funny. Good way to end the stream, of course. I don't know if you're, a huge fan of Stranger Things. It literally just ended a couple months ago. I watched the first season. I hadn't caught the rest of it. I don't know why. I watched the first season. I enjoyed it. And then I just completely forgot about it. That kind of seems like the MO of my viewing habits, unfortunately. But I would love to get back into it. I don't have a lot of time. That's the problem. I mean, the beauty is with this stream and this channel is that I get to catch up on things that I frankly just don't have the time to catch up on because of this streaming channel. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, yes, I love content, I love shows, I love movies, but it's hard to watch them as I'm also doing this. So it's kind of an interesting little game there of, I love it, but also I'm doing this, so I don't know. It's weird kind of thing. Didn't get past season 3. I feel like that was a lot of people. And one of the biggest issues of that show, and not even relating to the show really, was just how long it took to roll out all those seasons. Like, we're talking multiple years in between, where it's just, if people were into it, maybe they moved on, did something else. Maybe they're watching something else. They forgot to get back into it. I think that's kind of an issue for a lot of people. Maybe it's to do with the show itself. But yeah, it's difficult to stay up on shows and whatnot if there's multiple years in between. It gets a little, difficult. I think it was them waiting for the kids to grow a little. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. You want to keep the same actors. You want to age them up appropriately, of course, to kind of make it seem like time has passed. That is true. And honestly, I guess I kind of applaud them for that, because, it's kind of nice that they kept the same actors. Gives that continuity. There we go. Gives it that continuity. It's a Monday. Gives it that continuity that kind of makes it feel like it's a complete environment. Sometimes it's tough to get used to new actors for the same character, and I went through that with Spartacus. It was a little different scenario, obviously. Andy Whitfield, the star of Spartacus in the first season, actually died of cancer, and they had to replace him. That was kind of a stark reality, obviously learning about it and then going through that and then having to get used to this other person. But it was almost somewhat easier because we know what happened to the original actor. It wasn't like they just said, no, this actor's not any good, let's replace him. It was very much like, no, this actor is no longer here, we have to replace him. So I guess it kind of helped a little bit soften the blow, but it was still a little weird. But let's go ahead and jump into the first one. Like I said, it's General Hospital William Lipton. This is actually a playlist of pretty short videos. So let's go ahead and jump into these. The first one's going to be Nurse's Ball. 2019, Cameron performs North Star. I wonder how these songs are going to be.
So excited and thrilled to introduce our next performer. He is from one of
Let's go ahead and boost that audio.
Storied families. Please give a very, very warm welcome to Cameron Weber.
For as long as I can remember.
Oh, a little background here. The Nurse's Ball on General Hospital is like a little fundraiser thing that they throw in the show. It's not, they're not raising money for outside of the show. It's literally just a fundraiser in the show itself.
You were there. All the memories and promises that we shared. 'Cause you and I both know life doesn't always go the way you plan. But that's how it goes. I know the valley's always darkest in the shadows, but I know you're gonna be there up ahead. You're my light when I'm lost. You're my warmth in the dark. Feel you after the sunlight's gone. You always bring me back home when I'm lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause you are my North Star.
This is surprisingly good for this show. It's surprisingly good how good this song is and the artist is for just a soap opera.
You took my hand. shoulder to cry upon when nothing's making sense. Oh, you and I have grown apart, but we both know if you need me, I'll be there. I know the valley's always darkest in the shadows, but I know you're gonna be there up ahead. You're my light when I'm lost, you're my warmth in the dark. I feel you after the sunlight's gone. You always bring me back home when I'm lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause you are my North Star. The whole world closes every door.
Getting serious Jesse McCarthy vibes.
Darkness is chasing after you. When you're falling, I'll be there to get you back up on your feet, and I'll be there for you, darling. I'll be there. I'll be the light when you're lost, I'll be the warmth in the dark. You feel me after the sunlight's gone. I'll always bring you back home if you're lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause I'll be your light when you're lost. I'll be the warmth in the dark. Feel me after the sunlight's gone. I'll always bring you back home if you're lost on the road. My heart's wherever you go, 'cause I will be your North Star.
Dang. That is an incredibly good song. He's a very good singer, too. Wow. That song, that artist has no business being on that show. What? I'm actually kind of surprised. Wow. Link down below in... Actually, I'll just link the whole playlist so you can actually go check out all the videos. But there's the first one at least. Let's go ahead and check out the next one. It is, let's see, General Hospital clip. Cameron, Jake, and Aiden perform, what's the title of this? It is Side by Side.
Jake, Aiden, and I have been working on a little something. A tribute to our mom and our dad. I hope you don't mind.
A little pause there. Our mom.
No, of course we don't mind.
And our dad.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Must be some soap opera drama.
There's been trials and tribulations, testing our foundation.
Something tells me he's going to do the heavy lifting of this song.
Yeah, it holds. There's been questions, there's been doubts, but we'll always work it out like before, like before. It's just the start, so much to explore. We unify, we become so much more. Hold my hand and together we'll stand side by side. Nobody on this earth can tear us apart. Side by side, we know the road will not always be easy, but our far will take us far. So hold my hand and together we'll stand side by side. We've been forged together as one. Feel the rhythm pounding in our hearts, our hearts. Now there's nothing in our way. We can see the light of day. It's so close. We're so close. It's just a start. So much to explore. When we unify, we become so much more. We become so much more. Hold my hand and together we'll stand side by side. Nobody on this earth can tear us apart. Side by side. We know the road will not always be easy, but a fire will take us far. So hold my hand.
They spare no expense on these sets, don't they?
Side by side. We'll always stay side by side. With your hand in mine, we'll be alright. Won't always be easy, but we got fire in our hearts. Hold my hand and together we'll stand side by side. We know the road won't always be easy, but a fire will take us far. So hold my hand and together we'll stand side by side.
Impressive. Obviously, he did a lot of the heavy lifting there. Tambourine sounded good, though. All right, let's move on to the next one. That was excellent as well. We weren't done with this yet. This was airing in 2021, so it's not too old. Everyone processes grief in their own way. What's up, Furs? That was impressive, wasn't it?
Staring at a story.
It's really starting to be extremely apparent why he's in the runarounds and literally part of that band. I had no idea he was in soap operas, soap dramas. Very interesting. Kind of a weird path of a career, but it worked out.
Painting all of our memories so they won't go
Pays to be a
away.
dual threat.
The love that you gave, your patience for me, locked in the canvas for as long as we need. But for reasons unknown, I'm left alone. Our heart's work is torn, a lonely brush upon the floor. We weren't done with this yet. We weren't done with this yet. Staring at a story, the canvas seems bare, and all I can see are the colors that should be.
She always
there.
cries while he's playing music, huh?
Not here. This picture's wrong.
It's 2 in a row.
Only see the empty space, all the work that is undone. 'Cause for reasons unknown, I was left alone.
I wonder if that's his real guitar.
I watched you leave. I still feel that we weren't done with this yet. We weren't done with this yet. With this yet. 'Cause you're not here. This feels so wrong. See the empty space.
Trying to figure out who he's singing to.
We weren't done.
It's got to be her, right? They keep zooming in on her
with
face.
this yet.
He's facing her. Kind of makes sense.
No.
Question is everyone else like should we not be here? This feels very intimate, you know? I'm sure you've been in those situations where you're hanging out, and then all of a sudden there's this like really intimate conversation that's a little aggressive and kind of odd, and you're just like, should I leave? Is it awkward if I leave? It probably would be because it would draw attention, but I feel like leaving. You guys look over there or something, and I'll just walk this way. There was a little moment in there where they were looking at each other, and I'm just like, you know what? I kind of get it. Go ahead and throw a like on that. Last one, this is Darling Darling. This was in 2022. So I think, when did the runarounds start? I think the runarounds was in 2024, maybe? No, 2025. Okay, so this is 3 years before he starred in the runarounds.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this boy, how are we feeling tonight? All right, this first song is dedicated to our Trina. In fact, these all are dedicated to Trina because this is her party. Yeah. And the song
New Trina
is about
actress.
a person we both know. You'll get what it
means. Amazon saw this performance and they're like, wait a minute, we got an idea for a show.
Them fool. Girl, I'd trade you for the devil if I could. Somebody help me before I fell into your snare. Somebody stop me before I say some things I normally wouldn't dare. Don't let anybody tell me that I can't. We're all tough enough, it's time for us to dance. We knew that she was messed up in the head.
I gotta say, I think I like the previous song a little better. This is pretty good, don't get me wrong. It's pretty good.
I say some things I normally wouldn't dare. Don't let anybody tell me that I can't. We're on top and now it's time for us to dance. We knew that she was messed up.
Maybe I just like acoustic music a little bit more. I don't know why. I like hard rock. I like rock, punk. Well done. I would say I prefer, let's see, we weren't done with this yet. That's pretty good. Side by Side was okay. North Star was pretty good as well. I would say we weren't done with this yet was probably my favorite. This was good. This was probably number 2 on that list. But not bad at all. The music is so good, it's surprising the fact that it was on a soap opera. It's a little weird to see someone so talented with music also acting on a soap opera. You don't expect it. But well, I suppose there is a lot of kind of crossover between acting and music, and sometimes acting and dancing, but usually acting and music. Let's go ahead and look up some information on William Lipton. It's his name. And obviously a little bit of information on the runarounds. I don't think there's any word yet from Amazon whether or not they're doing season 2, but it makes sense. They've been touring. They've been touring the U.S., I think, over the winter and whatnot. So it makes sense that, hey, if the show's band is selling out concerts, it makes sense to keep the show going. But I don't know. Amazon has done some interesting things. American actor and musician portrayed Cameron Weber on General Hospital from 2018 to 2024, obviously, as that's when he started filming for Amazon. Charlie Cooper on the Runarounds in 2025. Went to school in California. Member of a fraternity. Graduated from the Thornton School of Music. Wow, that's pretty good. The fact that you're on General Hospital and you were in school at the same time. I wonder if he got noticed. Wonder if he didn't get noticed, because typically soap operas are not usually, I say usually, a younger person game. It's usually, middle-aged, maybe a little older. I almost wonder, like, if I went to school with William, I sincerely doubt I would recognize him from anything like a soap opera. That's just me. Maybe other people it wouldn't be. Portrayed Cameron Weber, the son of Elizabeth, in over 300 episodes of General Hospital from 2018, beginning in the show in his sophomore year of high school. Wow. Could you imagine the pressure going from just nobody knows who you are, sophomore in high school, to being on a nationally televised soap opera that millions of people watch? Boy, that would be so difficult. So difficult. And imagine still being in that high school. People would obviously know you're on TV eventually. Word would spread, right? How would you handle that? Do you think your ego would take a hit? Would your ego inflate like crazy? Would you kind of, get a little shy, be like, oh, geez, now I got to really be careful who I kind of hang around? Because now you're basically a professional, and acting world, that's all about networking, who you know, what people think of you, etc. That would be difficult to navigate. High school is difficult enough, just being a normal kid. So I can't even imagine worrying about like PR and people you're hanging around, and maybe a reporter tries to interview one of your friends and they say some crazy stuff. Who knows? That would be pretty difficult, I would think. Charlie Cooper, a guitarist, and as always, you would need great family to kind of keep you grounded, friends to keep you grounded if they're really good friends. I guess it's manageable, but boy, I can't even imagine myself in that situation. Guitarist, songwriter in the band The Runarounds, desperate to get his band a recording contract. In 2025 musical drama television series The Runarounds, he became a member of the band when The Runarounds formed in 2021. So technically, he was in the band, which... Was that the band in there? Or was he the only one in that band? Like that was... Wait, when did this... 2022 was the last video that we just watched. So technically, he was already in the band. Selected from more than 5,000 musicians who responded to a casting call when writer and producer Jonas Pate was casting for a group to appear in the television series Outer Banks, which we've reacted to on here. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it. With the group first performing together ahead of their appearance in Season 3 of Outer Banks. Performances include the Love and Life Music Fest in Charlotte, North Carolina in May 2025. Boy, talk about striking success. General Hospital in high school, and then immediately goes into an Amazon Prime show and in a band that's doing well. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I would just keep to myself, honestly. You got to watch the crowd you hang around once you start an acting career. Very true. Very, very true. Obviously, I'm not in that world, but just from everything I've kind of heard and witnessed, a lot of it depends on who you know, what they think of you. Very much your reputation precedes you. So it would be interesting. You would have to keep your friends pretty... I wouldn't say you have to censor your friends or, manipulate or control your friends. I would say you would have to pick your friends wisely, right? Very much like you just said, pick your friends wisely because they technically represent you. If anybody's looking and they're looking very intense towards you because of the eye of, fame and whatnot, it can come back to bite you. And especially if they say some stuff and then you're associated with them, that's a thing, So it is very difficult. I don't know how I would do that. You would have to literally go through your friends list and just be like, nope, 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 yes, nope. Risky. They're risky. I gotta say no. Like you would have to just be very vigilant. William Lipton's IG has got 142,000 followers. Apparently the band has an IG as well. This was a little sold-out performance there. Check that out. February 3rd, sold out the Runarounds. So they're performing in theaters. Obviously trying to keep the word of mouth going for Amazon to... Oh, yeah, they were in. You got to be kidding me. So that was the Runarounds in that final video that we just reacted to. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, it seems like they got amazing fans. People are showing up, showing out. General Hospital grad William Lipton unleashes new track Theo. This was in December of 2025. General Hospital alum William Lipton, ex-Cameron, headlined last year's YA hit The Runarounds. On Prime Video, his character, Charlie Cooper, graduating from high school, forming a rock band, which is very on the nose for his life. The show followed the adventures of the real-life group. Now Lipton, already an accomplished actor and singer, releasing solo music of his own. Theo dropped December 19th. Pop rock tune is mellow, earnest, sweet, and of course, very catchy. A few weeks back, Lipton posted on Instagram that he wrote Theo several years ago with his friend Nick Lynch. He added that there is a solo project incoming. Interesting. He's been nominated for 3 Daytime Emmys, 2 for Outstanding Young Performer and an actor in a drama series in 2019 and 2022. So he was leaving on a high note. Once for Outstanding Original Song for North Star. That was that first video we watched. That is impressive. Let's take a little listen. Theo.
I don't know your face, I only know your name. Hey, Theo. She told me now I know you're to blame.
I don't know if I particularly enjoy that. The sound is good. I don't know about Theo. I don't quite know what's going on there, but hopefully the rest of it's much better. It's not bad, but it's also not something I would listen to probably a lot. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. Am I failing? Am I failing at it? Oh, geez. The Runarounds, Will Lipton on sold-out concerts, Amazon Prime show, and more. Just to set the record straight, the Runarounds are a real band. But there's also a fictionalized version of the group on the Runarounds, the show. Follows a group of recent high school grads chasing their dream, becoming rock stars. All right, he said, it's kind of trippy for sure. I feel like me and my character are a little bit different, but as far as storyline stuff, it's very similar. We've had shows that have been like episode 8, where we're playing for all the marbles. Either we make it or break it. That has happened to us multiple times throughout real Runarounds history. We've played some crazy places. We've played some backyards. We've done all the above, and it's so cool. I think Jonas says it best. The real-life band is a little bit ahead of the fictional band. So our real-life footsteps will kind of seep into the show for inspiration so it feels authentic and grounded. I kind of like that. It's almost like a documentary in a way, like a delayed documentary. Real Life Band kicks off the minivan tour on Thursday in Dallas, with most of the dates sold out, much like their fall tour. Includes a February 15th show at Mr. Small's Theater in Millvale with the Black Alley opening. Quote, it's going to be a little bit of mayhem, a little bit of adventure. Who will be making his first visit to Pittsburgh. Latest single from the indie rock band, which also features Axel Ellis, Jesse Gallier, Jeremy Yoon, and Zend Murdoch, I think, on the drums, is Chasing the Good Times, which was co-written and produced by Cage the Elephant guitarist Brad Schultz. Quote, it's a song about not getting too lost in the stuff that doesn't matter. I think there's a lot of opportunities for people in any walk of life to forget what's really important. That song is just about making sure to stay on the right track and keep the people that you love close by. Did I pre-read this? I swear I just said this like 2 minutes ago. You got to be careful of who you keep around you. And maybe losing your way is a part of this process, but it's a really fun rockin' tune with a little bit of a somber undertone. I think it's worth a listen. Nice. Very cool. With this tour, what's the reaction in the band about all these shows selling out? It was pretty insane. We announced the tickets during our first legs. We were all together in the bus kind of watching the numbers. We were blown away with the response. It was pretty unreal. We were headed to a 150 cap venue in North Carolina, hearing that we sold out New York 2 nights. We're very grateful and very lucky and also incredibly amped to be embarking on this next chapter. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Let's see if we can find anything about season 2. I don't think there's going to be anything. You know what? Let's do a quick search. Season 2, the runarounds. See if there's any gossip. As of early 2026, Prime Video has not officially renewed it. Despite the lack of confirmation, showrunner Jonas has mapped out a 5-season arc, with season 2 planned to follow the band on a regional tour and a major music festival, potentially dealing with the fallout of the first season's finale. Oh, so he's already written, or at least thought up 5 seasons. But as we know from streaming services, that doesn't mean they're going to keep it around. Gosh. What does this say? Gets officially addressed by showrunner. Honestly, I think it was just that he has the 5 seasons already thought up. Well, hopefully that's good news. Tough to tell. Of course, they keep these things pretty private until they're ready to announce it. But hopefully it does. I mean, they're selling out concerts. They're doing quite well. The music seems to be doing well on iTunes. Kind of makes sense, right? But, hey, they've canceled things that I thought was going well, and it's apparently not in their eyes. So Netflix has done it. Everybody's done it. So you never know. But let's go ahead and move on. Number 1, an amazing talent. Amazing talent. So talented, it was a little jarring to see that on a soap opera. I was like, wow, this is really good. He would kill it on The Voice or American Idol or whatever. Seems like he's on the wrong show. No, maybe, obviously, being on national television and, you know, like I've said before, being in a soap opera, soap drama, I keep saying that interchangeably because apparently they're known as different things in different parts of the world. It's definitely a very amazing workout of your acting ability, from what I can tell. Like, you have to be able to cry, you got to get angry, you got to show sadness and despair and just a whole range of emotions, because they're going to throw your character through the grinder, the meat grinder. It's going to be brutal. They're going to write some wild storylines for you to, you know, have to act out. So it's pretty good training, that's for sure. And as we went through before, like quite a while ago at this point, maybe it was a year ago, we went over what famous actors are actually from soap operas, and you would be surprised. If you don't know, I don't know, maybe you can find that stream, but if you don't know, definitely Google it. It's a lot. It is a lot of people you would not have expected to be on soap operas. Maybe they guest starred, maybe they showed up, in like a cameo or something like that. But there is a lot of people, a lot of famous A-listers that have made their way on soap operas or soap dramas, and it's pretty shocking. So, hey, pretty good launch to your career, that's for sure. Started doing music on the show. Obviously, he was doing music off the show as well. But it's a good spotlight, that's for sure. It's like a national concert, basically. But let's go ahead and jump into the next one. It is, keeping on the musical theme, 5 Seconds of Summer, Carpool, I assume it's Karablokey. But maybe it's just Karabloke. Let's go ahead and jump into that. If you were here before stream, you would have heard multiple 5 Seconds of Summer songs that I was playing. I thought it was fitting. I usually try to tie it in, or I just pick artists that nobody's ever heard of. So last stream, I try to find artists that literally get like no views, and it's kind of fun. It's like a scavenger hunt, basically. But I think, well, I can't even remember the name. I can't remember the name of the person in the last one. But she had like 10,000 subs on YouTube and maybe 5,000 on Instagram, and the songs were in the single digits, but they were amazing. I absolutely enjoyed them. So maybe I can post those. You know what? I'll post those in the Discord after stream, so you can check her out. All right, this is 5 Seconds of Summer, Carpool, Karablokey. I was jamming out. Me too. I haven't heard those songs in forever. Amnesia and She's So Perfect. Fantastic songs. Fantastic. All right, let's jump into this.
Oh no.
You have arrived.
Why is this song playing? It's really listen to it in his spare time. We're driving 11 miles to Colm City to see Zane Lowe, and it's going to take us an hour and 6 minutes. I put it in for you.
Oh, thanks.
I'm actually Mark's assistant too.
Burn rubber, boys.
Well, you're on camera rolling these stop signs right now, but we could get to Zane Lowe. You're right.
We gotta get to Zane Lowe, dude. I don't have time for stop signs. If they're clear, they're clear. I hate stopping at stop signs.
Yeah. So at the moment, we have our song coming out. It's called No Shame. Third single, fourth album, but first single of this year, 2020.
Comes out in 5 minutes.
We're on the way to Zane Lowe, so we got in the car together, so you can see what we go through in the morning. Usually it's separate. Actually, we're always together.
We're always together. We're inseparable.
For marketing reasons, we're always together.
I'm never not with these guys. I love my brothers. I love
funny.
these guys.
And here's our new single.
Simmer down. They say we're too young now to amount to anything. Can I confess something to you guys?
Wow.
I thought when I I thought about doing something real cheesy for when I proposed, and I was gonna do something like a shiny ticket with the name. Like I was gonna do it.
Since we're gonna be in
way.
traffic for the next hour, we thought we'd take you on a spiritual.
Stop switching back into host mode.
No.
They noticed.
Mike, does your Sizzler tweet for you? Sizzler.
Yes.
Sizzler tweet. Alright, we're going to the darker side of 5 Sauce.
Yes. The real bad boy edge.
Oh no!
Yeah, this was that bad boy.
Asked for your number, said you don't have a phone. It's getting late now. I gotta let you know.
Honestly, I've never heard this song. I think I've only heard their popular, like, top 40 songs kind of thing.
Get your tambourine, right?
Oh my god! It's fucking. It's out.
My
pre-ordered.
God.
Oh, it's pre-ordered.
Wait.
It's pre-ordered. It's out.
Alright, where's my layout?
Don't stop
What you doing? 'Cause you know that.
Buy your own album, pre-order it, and hey, That's at least one sale. That's at least one.
And I like it.
Oh, the remix! You already know who it is!
Oh, dude, we're in the exact same seating arrangement that we were for that video.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Shit, we ain't getting far. We're gonna be... This traffic's so long. Fuck, dude, calm. Looks amazing.
It looks so good.
Like, it looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Was that a fart?
What the fuck?
Oh my god, you can put farts on this?
Oh yeah. I forgot that was a thing in Tesla.
On turn signal? Fucking so stupid.
You know I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself. I had my eyes upon the prize and watching anybody else. Met you,
hear the album or
swept
just
me
random
off
songs?
my feet. You know
Probably the album.
I don't need no money. My love is
First song, come.
By the way, this video was posted March 29th, 2020. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Oh my god. It was a fever dream.
It doesn't take so long
To what?
to heal and replace
What are we running from?
the demons we're running from.
What are they doing?
They're begging to stay. Tell me, would you back up or you backstage? Shooting on.
Oh, fuck! Oh, you're feeling it now. Get your shakers up in the air, boys. Everyone on the phone.
One thing's for sure, lots of traffic.
That is, actually, it just came in. We have word in. That's the best song ever written. And
Oh, wow.
recorded.
And recorded.
And it,
Aren't we
I have no
lucky?
shame in
I had too
Spotify.
many espressos and I
Shit
haven't
myself.
had a chance to take a morning poop.
Oh no.
Honestly, I
So I'm
can't
gonna
say
say
me
poop
shoot.
at beats one.
But we get there at 10.
Call me. That's so real.
It does sound
Yeah, weird.
It sounds so
Bro, you
real.
can't be bucket hatting up.
Call me boat boy. Boat boy.
That was Red Desert numero uno. Back into host mode, if you couldn't tell.
Host.
And this next song we have from an up-and-coming band. Alright, they are 5 Seconds to Mars. I mean, 5 Seconds of Summer.
30
With...
seconds
5
to
seconds
Mars.
to
Jared
Mars.
Leto's new band.
Oh,
Dude.
okay. 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 Oh, guitars. We don't like that. We don't like guitars.
Oh, turn it off.
This is techno. Oh, the coffee has kicked in.
Don't you ask me?
Oh my gosh. That's literally me in the mornings. As soon as that coffee kicks in, it's like, all right,
That's a good song.
we're alive, we're doing things.
That's a good song.
It's the second best song. It's just in.
One of my facts.
Moving on. Third song of the album is
Sold
called
Me.
Old Me.
Sold me.
What if you got the ranch?
And we've always had the sauce.
Yeah, left it out in the sauce.
Ranch is a sauce, yeah.
No, but ranch got.
It's like ranch is a type of sauce that you keep it for a long time, but if you put it in the sun and
Yeah, I don't know if your theory's flawed.
if you're under too much heat, you just
Ranch does.
go real
He's
shit.
right. Ranch goes bad.
Ranch
does go. A lot of
Yeah,
things
ranch
go bad.
obviously goes
Basically,
bad.
like you got the ranch is like offensive.
Because
once you get any heat,
have ranch.
once you get some heat,
Oh,
it's gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
bad.
Shout out to the old me and everything he
I guess
showed
technically you
me.
could get the powdered
Didn't
version, but
listen,
that's
the world was
not-
trying to slow me.
that's just
No
not
one
the
could
same.
control me. Left my lovers lonely. Had to fuck it up before I really got to know me. Never not alone. Anywhere you wanna go. Woke up in the morning, how the hell do I make it home? And then one day I can't keep it up. But I wonder if I'd ever get enough. And I did some shit I never should have done. I would do it before I really got to know. Mistakes I made.
I'm going to be listening to 5 Seconds of Summer's album. Whatever this album is, I'm going to be listening to it tomorrow when I drive to work.
Fucking dope. Dope.
You!
There's three.
What's that called?
It's called Old Me.
It's Old Me.
So we're
That's cool. I like that.
You sold me. You sold me. It's about a cat.
What?
A cat. Yeah, like
Three?
you sold me. Like
3 different sounding songs there, boys. What you gotta? What's going on here?
versatility.
Variety.
Your
Versatility.
neuroses is really showing.
Because really, when we make an album, there's just no direction at all.
Zero direction.
Yeah.
I'll
Just-
send
Let's
you
say,
in
let's make
interviews
some
from
music.
now on.
Let's make
When
it
we
good
make
too.
albums, we kind of just.
Kind of see what happens.
See what happens.
Just go with the flow.
There's no sonic direction.
Yeah,
There's
we'll
no
just
lyrical
release music,
direction.
it's
We just
like
kind of wake up and.
impulsive.
Oh.
4th song on the album. It's a big fat bop.
Oh,
It's a
give
big
it to
song.
me. Give it to me.
Is it easier to stay? Is it easier to go?
Oh, I've heard this.
But I know that I'm never ever gonna change. And you know you're always gonna stay the same. Contemplate you, you're so damn beautiful. You're so damn beautiful. Is it that we're only built to fall? You so much that I hate you. You, 'cause you're so damn beautiful.
Boys.
I'm realizing
Boys, I
I've
gotta tell
heard
you,
more
we're
of these
4
songs than
in.
I
This is a fucking banging
remember or
album.
knew.
Banging.
What the
These
fuck?
are just
Like,
fucking.
I thought you guys hit your peak on the Youngblood album, but this is out of control.
These are banging, dude.
Look, you
I was honest like a goddamn dodo.
This is song 5. Boom, boom, boom.
This album's actually ridiculous.
So dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart
They're so chaotic. Yes, they are.
6th song on the album called Wheeled Fleur.
Warrior Flower.
I think that's what makes their music so good.
Without further ado,
Is that they're kind of off the wall. They're a little chaotic.
don't do me like that.
Fuck, dude.
You never know what to expect.
Kidding? Is your phone broken? Click the.
I hear you calling out my name. I love the sound. I love the taste. And I can see it in your face. You got a style you can't explain. You're telling me you wanna come over.
Come on, everybody.
You wanna be closer. I love it when you lay your head down over your shoulder. 'Cause I wanna hold you.
How weird would it be to literally be sitting next to them in traffic? Just like, and they're just performing. They're like, the car's just rocking back and forth. They're like dancing in their seats.
You're the only one who makes me every time.
That'd be so confusing.
What I like.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's just such a bop.
Just so you guys know, on Twitter, in California, chicken strip is trending right now.
Chicken strip.
It's chicken strip.
Wait,
Beaten again by chicken strip.
We're not even trending, and chicken strip is trending.
chicken strip.
Big swing and a hit.
Hey, to be fair, chicken strips,
Big dicks.
pretty delicious.
That's a big dick swing. Yes.
Someone says, let's fucking go 5 stars.
Hell yes.
Let's fucking go. It's good.
Here's a good one. Bass sounds great. Callum, outdone yourself again from your mum.
What's definitely different is
As in your mom or
in
our
carpool
mom?
karaoke with James Corden, he wasn't driving. There was actually a car in front of him
No.
pulling his vehicle.
All right. Back to
So he
host
made it
mode.
look
My
like he
hair's
was
looking a
driving,
little
but he
bit
wasn't.
different.
He was just a
And we
car
have
being
5
towed,
seconds
basically.
of summer in the car today.
5 seconds of summer, boys.
Welcome to carpool karaoke.
I remember I saw that
Kangaroo
for the
style,
first time,
Carpool
like
down
photos
under.
of the car being pulled, and I was like,
Wow,
oh,
carpool karaoke. Trademark
like I get
to
it.
Luke Hemmings
It's
host
safer
mode.
that way.
Thanks for being here, guys.
But there's something kind of beautiful about,
LH
you know,
How will this one be less shittier than the last?
Well, the
actually
goal is to
doing it.
just be a little less shitty every time.
That's fair enough. We got a track here.
That was a long conversation. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
We got best years after Wildflower. Number 7, I believe.
This song makes me feel things.
I'll give you the best. I'll give you the best. I wanna hold your hand while we're growing up.
More energy. Yeah, we should have had coffees before we left. Especially you, Michael.
I've had so many coffees today already.
How many have you had?
Black,
Dude,
obviously.
fucking Paps.
Oh, paparazzi.
Fuck off, Paps! Fuck off!
Alright, getting back to the event at hand. This is number 8, not in the same way. Anyone want to say anything about this?
Are you playing the new one?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Give it to me now.
Drink all night, never sleep. You say go, I won't leave. I love you, you love me. Not in the same way. Rip my heart out and leave on the floor. Watch me bleed. I love you, you love me. But not in the same way. Again, know you love to point there. I'm out. Baby, I'm sick of sadness, and you're sick of sadness. We're good at this game. We fuck and we fight, then you call me and say go. I walk at the door.
My mom's calling. Like, your mom's calling you.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, darling.
You're on. We're filming a video in Michael's car with all 4 of us. So I'm not ignoring your calls because I don't love you. I do love you. I'm just.
Hey, Liz!
That's right, you didn't need to call me back. You could have just ignored me. That's okay.
You don't treat your mother like that.
Well, have fun. I'll talk to you later.
Alright, see you, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Love you. Bye.
Wholesome moment.
I think she was talking to me when she said
But I guess I know you. I know you think I'm bulletproof, but you know how to let me too. And the dark went black and white.
I'm glad that was left in.
Hey, that sounds pretty good right now. That's feeling pretty good.
That feels pretty fat.
That's feeling pretty like
we got this big chorus. We got
like
this.
I fuck with that. And it's not that I didn't fuck with it, but now it's like
definitely.
Partly fucking.
I'm fucking now. You know what I mean? Like
That's right. It's highly fucking. What else can we do? So we pick up an acoustic.
Language warning. Like I always
for some
say,
reason it
I try to
We pick
police
up a
my own
piano.
language, but hey, the videos are videos.
So I'm playing acoustic. It sounds like
Me sweating.
They opened for One Direction on tour. Loads of photos of them all together. Nice. That's huge.
Michael said sweating is off.
Butterfly lights, chase them away.
Head down to the ground.
Already made that mistake. I know you
Cowbell.
Whoa, laying on the horn? Damn, fair
I
enough.
was for Ryan actually, and then I realized this person.
Oh.
I was at that for like very, very cautiously cutting in front.
Number 9?
You broke, yeah. Calling on me, I don't wanna say, but I'm wide awake. Just one.
Georgia smelly fine.
If there's any good footage in this,
hell no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hell no.
there's good footage in this, it's gonna be a great track by track.
It will be good. I've been on my phone for about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But
Maybe I should stop jamming.
you don't have to cut to me.
Can we get some more energy from the back, please? Energy.
I think it's better for like the.
I've been on my phone for the last 45 minutes.
Smelly shod.
Any last words for the last song of the album?
This is it, man. This is it.
This is the
I
end.
thought you'd heard an acoustic ballad by.
Oh man,
this
you
point in
have
your life.
not even fucking heard an acoustic ballad until you've heard this one.
Yeah.
I hope you think of me high. I hope you think of me highly. when you're with someone else.
It's a 10 out of 10 from
What
5
a
stars.
fucking tune. What a fucking tune.
Calm album, 10 out of 10 from fans and 5 stars and everyone around. But
All right, that's it. Cameras.
Cameras.
Thanks for tuning in. We Led Zeppelin, and we appreciate you being here.
Wow.
Calm. In stores.
Led Zeppelin looks much younger these days.
Is it in stores? Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully it's in
Do they
stores.
I
put
hope
things
this
in
footage
stores
is
anymore?
enough.
I don't know.
That you enjoyed it.
Happy New Year.
It is.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope
Happy
you're.
birthday to you.
Happy New Year.
I
This is
hope
posted
wherever
in
you
March,
are,
by the way.
You found peace in your life.
Can't forget this wallet. Too much cash.
Na, 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 na.
Excellent. Excellent. Well done. I like the fact it was actually driving. Obviously, there's a lot of good songs on there. I'm listening to one after the other, and I'm like, dang, I want to listen to this album like tomorrow, actually. Listen to it driving to work and then coming back from work, but it should be good. A couple of songs there I haven't heard before and I liked, so that is promising, definitely. Very chaotic. They seem super funny. Obviously, they're very comfortable around each other. They spend a lot of time together. I'm assuming not just for marketing. And, oh my gosh. Amazing. That came out 6 years ago at this point. Oh my gosh. It's been 6 years since the start of the pandemic. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Time is flying. I don't know what happened. We entered some like vortex or something, but let's go ahead and check out some information on 5 Seconds of Summer. As always, link down below in the video description on the YouTube channel when this gets posted to YouTube. For the original video, go throw it some much-deserved love. Also check out, obviously, the 5 Seconds of Summer channel. They might have other songs, videos, whatever you might be interested in. I'm assuming they have a heck of a lot of songs you might be interested in. So let's go ahead and bring up some information on 5 Seconds of Summer. They've been friends since high school. Dang. Well, no wonder they're so comfortable and chaotic. Often shortened to 5 Sauce, a.k.a. 5 Sauce. Australian pop rock band formed in Sydney in 2011. Luke, Michael, Callum, Ashton. Originally beginning their career as YouTube celebrities, they rose to international fame while touring with One Direction on their Take Me Home tour. That'll definitely give you a boost. Definitely in sales, numbers, everything. Since 2014, 5 Seconds of Summer have sold more than 10 million albums, sold over 2 million concerts worldwide. Concert tickets, excuse me. 2 million concerts would be pretty impressive. At that point, I'd be like, all right, they need a break. They need a couple years of break. And have attained more than 7 billion streams of their songs on the various music streaming services, making them one of the most successful Australian music acts in history. In early of 2014, they released She Looks So Perfect, which is probably their most popular song, which topped the charts in 4 countries. Dang. Peaking at number 1 in 11 different countries, that first album. Second album, topping the charts in 8 countries. Still pretty good. Band's third album, Youngblood, in 2018, became their third number 1 album in their home country. In the U.S., 5 Seconds of Summer became the first Australian act to achieve 3 number 1 albums on the Billboard 200 album chart. They also became the first band, not vocal group, to have their first 3 full-length albums debut at the top in the U.S. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. As of mid-2020, which is 6 years ago at this point, the band's estimated net worth is approximately $81 million US dollars. It's a hefty amount of change. That is a hefty amount of change. This was their venue of their first ever gig. Honestly, it looks pretty cool. It's kind of got like a New Orleans kind of feel to it with this balcony up here. Very cool. Very cool. It's always interesting to see like the roots of popular, bands or performers, etc. Very, very neat. Oh my gosh, this is what they looked like in 2012. Oh, it's been a few years. Band played their first show at the Sydney pub, Annandale Hotel, reportedly playing for only 12 people. 12. Hey, you know what? That's more than none. That's more than zero. And that is awesome. I remember the first ever video I posted, it got, I think, 300 views in the first couple days. I literally thought I was like Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, whoa, everybody knows me. 300. Yeah, no. Any success at the beginning, you're just like, wow, that's so cool. Like, it's mind-blowing. Literally mind-blowing. I remember the first ever subscriber to this channel. You never forget those things. It feels like makes everything feel worth it. All like the prep work and the behind the scenes and all that stuff. The weeks of working on things. Oh, it's lovely. 2013, it was announced that 5 Seconds of Summer would support One Direction on their worldwide Take Me Home tour, kicked off in the O2 Arena in London. That would be crazy. To go from that little pub for 12 people to a sold-out O2 Arena in London. That would be mind-blowing. Dang. 5 Seconds of Summer have taken over the world again. This was written in November of 2025. New music, new tour, new hairstyles. Since the end of September when they first teased their album, Everyone's a Star, non-stop announcements, fans were expecting a new album, music videos, tour dates, but the band members never settle for the bare minimum. This past fall, they exceeded fans' expectations, making everyone feel like a star, even those who cannot afford to attend the tour in 2026, this year. Their Not a Comeback kicked off with a surprise show at the Sunrose in Los Angeles, where they arrived in pink limousines and debuted Not Okay. From there, the surprises kept coming. Early October brought Everyone's a Star merch pre-orders in their magenta, pink, and black palette, nodding to their early emo rock era and album theme. That same week, they launched a quirky daily skit series, The Daily Sauce, packed with jokes, hidden clues. Then they closed the month with another iconic title track, Telephone Busy, an upbeat song, Born on the Spot. Nice. At the start of November, they surprised fans with a pop-up performance at Here in London. From announcing tour dates to taking over the hottest spots of New York City and LA, holding pop-up concerts in North America, the UK, Australia, partnering with record stores for listening parties, holding an Australian and Republic Records press conference. The guys have done it all. Even after the album was released, they surprised us with the Cool Dad version and the deluxe edition of the album. That's cool. The Cool Dad version. Oh my gosh. But wait, there's more. But of course there is. The men of Daily Sauce also replaced Al Roker on the Today Show one morning. That's a morning show here in the U.S. if you're watching overseas. Somehow they managed to squeeze in an album meet and greet at Rough Trade New York 2 to cap off their achievements. They were inducted into the Australian Hall of Fame. That's amazing. That's Al Roker, by the way. To quote Ashton, one of the funnest, exhausting, body-destroying release weeks of my life. Yeah, they were all over the place. That's crazy. Well, hey, when you're doing something that big, you got to do it, right? Gotta do it. 5 Seconds of Summer. If we call ourselves a boy band, then you can't hurt us with it. This was November 2025. The Australian pop band discussed their new album, Everyone's a Star, having to prove themselves and their most ambitious tour yet. A boy band hating that very label. It's a tale as old as time, indeed. For decades, the boy band label has been met with apprehension by the musicians holding the title. Yeah, back when I was growing up, it was the Backstreet Boys, and NSYNC defiantly called themselves a male vocal group. Come on. What? To be fair, both Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were not boys when they started. I sincerely doubt they would be considered boys. When did they? I think they were probably in their 20s, right? At that point, it's not boys. They're not really a boy band. Male vocal group sounds kind of similar to what I would expect. NSYNC hated how reductive the label was, but after 10 years in the spotlight and 5 albums, 5 Seconds of Summer are finally ready to reclaim the boy band title on new album Everyone's a Star. Michael explained, the fun part of being a boy band is for us to redefine what it is, because when we were starting out, we would play in pubs and do all of the things that typical bands would do, and the key thing that we figured out is that being a boy band isn't a bad thing. The road to acceptance hasn't been easy for 5 Sauce. Back in 2015, NME awarded them the title of Worst Band in the World 3 years in a row. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. What would they make them? What would make them the worst band in the world? Were they just not fans of? I suppose they just weren't fans of the style of music, which is weird because that style of music was everywhere. Certainly, One Direction comes to mind. It's since become something they've taken in their stride, with Ashton acknowledging that it's foolish to allow any emotional damage to happen in the world of pop. Instead, they're focusing on the bulletproof and larger-than-life characters, Everyone's a Star, and they're ready to bring their most ambitious tour across the world in 2026. Comparisons to the Beatles. What? What? We love flipping things on their head. This is Luke. Every album keeps people guessing, makes it more interesting for us. We wrote a song called Number One Obsession, and that lyrically and sonically was 5 Sauce. That title, too, playing with people's perception and our perception of our career and the tonality and irony of it, made us feel like old 5 Sauce, but with lots of wisdom behind it. Let's see. See if we can get to some of these questions I actually am very interested in. We started in a garage as a rock pop punk band, so it felt like it was being used as a derogatory sense, boy band. That kind of makes sense. If you start as a rock pop punk band and people start calling you a boy band, that would, yeah, I can appreciate that. Seems some boy bands don't necessarily fit the stereotypes that come with the label. The Beatles were one of the first acts to be called a boy band. Oh, that's the comparison. We've redefined what a boy band was in the same way that the Beatles were called a boy band. I don't fully understand the correlation between us and the Beatles, because obviously we're way better than them. Oh my gosh. Everyone will agree with that, right? Oh my gosh. Bold. They are bold. Let's see. A decade ago, we're named the worst band in the world 3 years in a row. What were some of the things you had to do to overcome caring so much about what people think of you? Irwin said, we fought hard for that award. See, that's a good way to frame it. Great way to frame it. Clifford, I think it was really just not letting people like the old NME get to us. It didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. We knew where we were going to be around for a long time, and we're as strong as ever now. I feel like owning the word boy band now is our 8 Mile moment. You know how at the end of the film, Eminem's like, tell them something they don't know about me? That's kind of our take on that. We're Eminem in this situation. Enemy back then was Clarence. If you remember the end of 8 Mile, it was a rap battle between Eminem and Clarence. Thing that's interesting is we honestly haven't done anything different. We do the same stuff, make similar music, just a different time, and for some reason we feel like we had to prove ourselves in some sick trial to the world that we didn't sign up for. Interesting. Kind of interested. What is... Let's see. Might as well listen to this. I don't think I heard any of these. Sounds pretty good. That sounds like 5 Sauce for sure. That's interesting. It's catchy. Very catchy. Kind of an interesting song. Almost got a little 80s twist to it. I can kind of hear that just a little bit. I can't tell if it's like a synthesizer or some sort of sound that's sounding like it. Very good. 5 Seconds of Summer releases 6th album, Everyone's a Star, featuring 12 tracks of high energy but a vulnerable meaning. Fans express excitement over the new era. Can't wait to see what the new chapter brings. Wait a minute. I swear I didn't read this before. Daring 80s inspired synth work. I swear I heard it. I knew it sounded like the 80s. 5 Seconds of Summer reflect on their journey of almost 15 years in the spotlight. Title track, Everyone's a Star, sets as a premise for the album and give fans an insight into what's to come, diving right into the glittery and electronic sounds with slick synths and Ashton's electronic drum beats. Explores how fame can create a persona of yourself that isn't real and how people expect you to be a certain character, which the band really play into in this album, and the marketing. Not Okay... which embraces the world of temptation, fame, and darkness with lyrics, where did the good... Is that supposed to be good boy go? I think so, because that doesn't make any sense. Where did the good boy go? Killed by desire. Telephone Busy coming in with the hypnotic bass line from bassist Callum, and a chorus conveying hunger for real connection in their fame-driven world. Irony-charged boy band, retracting the narrative of 5 Sauce being a boy band, which they acted against for over a decade. Number One Obsession embraces how the brand feels, claimed by the world of fame, unhealthy attachment with lyrics of Take Me to Heaven, Kill the Depression, Make Me Your Number One Obsession, Scared I'll Never Sleep Again, a ballad, reminiscent of the 1975, verbalized words from bassist Callum, marking the halfway mark of the album. I Still Feel the Same comes after with dreamy synths, but bittersweet feeling with emotional stagnation. Boy, some of these words are so like flowery and, and so descriptive. And you're just like, what? What is this? What is like, I get it, you're critiquing the album, but part of me is just like, what does this even mean? What is happening? Emotional stagnation and self-evaluation, and Michael shining through the vocals in a verse. The album continues with Ghost. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, Sandy. Welcome in. The album continues with Ghost, which is stripped back with Luke's ethereal voice, giving it an intimate and fragile feel, with the band confronting their most vulnerable emotions and emotional hauntings. Anyway, you can kind of guess where the rest of that's going. Sounds pretty good. Definitely a little departure from that album that we were watching in the video. Album we were watching in the video, I'm definitely going to be listening to tomorrow. 100%. I just need to figure out, I think it's The Falling, what is it called? The Falling of something? I think it's The Feeling of Falling Upwards is, I think, that album that I was listening to. Let's see. Pretty sure that's what that is. Complete Mess, Carousel, Me, Myself, and I, She Looks So Perfect, Amnesia, Youngblood. No, I don't think that's what it was. Album in the video is Calm. That's it. I was like, wait a minute, these don't sound at all like what I was listening to. Calm 2020. That's what I need to listen to. Appreciate it, Lynette. Oh, it's literally their names. Callum, Ashton, Luke, Michael. Due to a shipping error, this is just a little known fact here, approximately 11,000 copies of the album were released early in the U.S., subsequently causing the album to chart a week before it was due. That's funny. That is interesting. Wow. Okay, yeah. These are the names I was looking for. Old Me, Wildflower, No Shame, Teeth, Easier. Okay. I'll listen to that tomorrow. Appreciate it. Always love music recommendations. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. I really like those guys. They are very fun, interesting. They seem like they'd be great to hang with. Obviously, they put out great music. Definitely not the worst band in the world. I don't know. That must have been some, like... you know what? It was a slow news day, or that whoever voted on that, NME, just really doesn't like something about them. Maybe they had a bad experience, maybe the author of it, maybe the people that vote, but that's absurd. I'm sure there's worse bands, 100%. But let's jump into the next one. This is Ben Mitchell, Man or a Monster, from the show EastEnders. The caption says, Ben Mitchell is such a complex character, I thought a video based on his struggle within himself and others would be interesting to try. Interesting. Okay. Complex and a struggle. Oh boy. Bit of a tone shift coming. A bit of a tone shift, just a little. If there's one thing we do here, it's tone shifts. We do rock between that and whether it's humor followed by sadness, or sadness followed by humor, or, violence followed by sadness, or anger, or humor. We hit all the emotions. Shout out to the members that have very healthy feelings. All right, this is Ben Mitchell, Man or a Monster, from EastEnders.
You think I'm the bad guy here, but I'm really not. Every time I look in my dad's eyes, I see it. Just as I did when I was a kid, that look. Because I'm not Keanu, I'm not Jay. He's ashamed of me. I can't help the way I was born, can I?
No.
I'm not like him, no. I'm not.
Close your eyes. What do you see?
Rough day.
Hello, Dad.
Or is darkness underneath? In your hands, there's a touch that can heal. But in those same hands is the power to kill. Are you a man
I killed someone when I was 16. And she was gone.
Loaded.
Hey! Hey!
Oh my gosh.
Child psychiatrists, social workers, youth offending team, you name it, all trying to answer that one crucial question. Was Ben born evil? Or was it down to his neglectful dad? Most of the time, I am a very, very nice person. I'm friendly, I'm charming, but sometimes that button gets pushed, and you really don't want to be in my way when that happens. Everyone loves a bad boy.
Wow. You really do get a kick out of screwing up people's lives, don't you?
Seems like he gets a little joy out of it.
I'm not a monster, killer. I'm capable of feelings. Everything that happened to you, you asked for it. Martin too, because the thing with you weak people is you just love being abused.
Oh my gosh.
I hope to God that you never live to be ashamed of your own child.
Everyone thinks I did this to you, you know. So why don't I just finish the job? Of the old block after all. Are you proud of me now? I will look.
This is literally the daddy issues final boss. What? We got to figure out what was going on in that childhood. Good grief. We'll do that after video.
Look after my own. You Lex. I'm sorry.
Are you a man or a monster?
Get some sleep. Yeah.
Are you a man or a monster?
Well, there's a video entitled Ben Mitchell Trauma above my head there that got recommended. Seems like it. Good grief. Whoa. Well, that hospital scene was very interesting. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go through it. Some much deserved love. Also check out their channel. They might have other edits that might interest you. Maybe it really interests you and you want to request it for stream. Certainly do so. Let's bring up some information and figure out what the heck went wrong there. Why is he like that? They definitely said the father was neglectful. So we have that context clue, and obviously the fact that he was trying to end him in this weird, like, you're talking to somebody in a what looked like a coma and like talking, how do I say this? Talking S? No. S-H-I-T? Do I spell it? Oh, man. Anyway. Ben Mitchell, fictional character on the BBC soap opera EastEnders, or soap drama, played by 6 different actors. Dang. Since 1996. That is a lot. All right. Ben's storylines include, okay, here we go. Here we go. Prepare yourselves. A feud between the show's Mitchell and Beale families for his custody. Developing a love of dance and the arts. Okay, that's not that bad. That's nice. Which is a source of tension. Of course it is. Can't just be a source of joy. between him and his father. Okay, here we go. Phil Mitchell being physically and mentally abused by Phil's girlfriend, Stella, struggling to come to terms with his homosexuality and then attempting to hide it before coming out, being imprisoned for manslaughter after unintentionally killing Heather, having a daughter, Lexi, with Lola, finding out his mother, Kathy, is still alive after faking her own death. Oh, they just keep coming. They just keep going. Relationships with Paul and then the closeted Callum, coming to terms with Paul's death in a homophobic attack, being shot by Hunter, of course, blackmailing Martin, losing his hearing after sustaining an injury during a boat crash, going into crime with Danny, featuring in a male grape storyline, if you know what I mean, in which Ben is graped by Lewis, suffering from bulimia, coping with Lola's death, being sent to prison in America for credit card fraud. Interesting. Wow, that is a laundry list. Whoa. As played by Jones, Ben received generally poor reviews from critics. Someone in The Guardian wrote several negative opinion pieces on the character, contacted the BBC with a list of suggestions for humorous storylines in which he could be killed off. However, the storyline where Ben was abused by Stella won Best Storyline at the 2007 Inside Soap Awards, nominated for the Best Soap Storyline accolade at the TV Quick and TV Choice Awards. Wow. Somebody else at the Guardian wrote a complimentary piece about Ben later, protracted coming out storyline, which she called a perfect foundation for years of dramatic conflict. That's crazy that somebody actually wrote an article and then contacted the network to try to kill off the character. What? Jeez. What else we got? Ben's parents blamed HIV-positive resident Mark for causing his illness. Phil and Kathy's marriage collapsed by the end of the year. Jealous of having to share his wife's attention with Ben, Phil became an alcoholic. At one point, snatched Ben and abandoned him beside a fire. In April 1998, Kathy took Ben and moved to South Africa, where her brother lived. For many years afterwards, Ben and Phil had a long-distance relationship. This led Kate, author of Who's Who in EastEnders, to assess in 2000 that away from his father's influence, the chances of Ben developing normally are probably better than most. All right, so immediately there was issues. Immediately, as soon as that kid was born. Good grief. EastEnders' Ben Mitchell return reminds us the character is so much more than Ballum. Max Bowden's reprisal of the role has been a tonic. This was written in October of last year. How we anticipated return of Ben Mitchell to EastEnders has certainly lived up to all expectations and beyond. Yes, fans were left saddened when Ben's husband Callum's infidelity led to the end of their line of their marriage. But while the fate of Ballum, which is Ben and Callum together, obviously, was a key component in Ben's brief comeback, this week's episodes showcased for anyone who needed the reminder that the character is so much more than one half of a soap super couple. Bowden gave a masterclass performance, treating us to many different faces of Ben, a role he skillfully made his own back in 2019. Ben went through quite the range of emotions, from confidently cocky and proud to worried, heartbroken, angry as his new reality hit home. As Ben delivered his trademark one-liners and settled back into the Queen Vic order, it felt like it had been restored. Albeit only for a short time. Well, this is a soap opera, so can't let these characters have peace. You got to wreck their lives constantly. I swear the writers on soap operas, soap dramas, just try to hit every storyline they can so it is relatable to you no matter who you are. At some point, you will have had the same thing happen to you in some way. Or maybe you know someone that had something happen to them in a similar way. Evolution of Ben Mitchell, EastEnders' most complex character. Few characters in British television have undergone as many transformations as Ben, one of the longest-running and most debated figures in EastEnders, first appearing as a child in the mid-90s. Life has been marked by pain, identity struggles, emotional turmoil. Over the years, fans have seen him evolve from an insecure boy seeking his father's approval to a conflicted man battling trauma, love, and loyalty. From the start, Ben was portrayed as a sensitive and timid child. Stark contrast to the macho world of the Mitchells, his mother Kathy's protective nature clashed with Phil's tough love approach, setting the stage for years of emotional conflict. It's been played by multiple actors, each bringing a new dimension to the character. Charlie Jones's portrayal of a bullied and fragile Ben to Max Bowden's intense, emotionally layered interpretation. These recasts weren't just cosmetic changes, they symbolized his constant battle between vulnerability and aggression, empathy and revenge. Fluidity of Ben's portrayal is one of the reasons he remains compelling. Fans have seen him struggle with identity, sexuality, his desire for acceptance, both from his family and himself. Perhaps no storyline defines Ben more than his journey to self-acceptance. Ben's attempts to hide his true self led to years of emotional repression, violent outbursts, fractured relationships. This evolution turned Ben from a misunderstood character into one of the most emotionally complex characters on British television. Ben's relationship with his family, not good. Not good, just from the little we've read, have always been the heart of his story. The Mitchell clan is synonymous with loyalty, betrayal, heavy on the betrayal, I think, and fierce protection. Ben often finds himself caught between love and vengeance. Boy, that's a heck of a range, isn't it? Dynamic with Phil is one of EastEnders' longest-running emotional threads. Phil's inability to express his father, by the way. Phil's inability to express affection openly often left Ben feeling rejected, yet desperate for approval. Obviously, as he was threatening to kill him on his while he was in a coma, very much looking for that approval. This longing for his father's validation pushed Ben into destructive patterns, from criminal behavior to dangerous alliances. At its core, the Mitchell family embodies survival, and Ben, despite his flaws, carries that torch with pride and pain. Trauma, guilt, redemption. From witnessing violence as a child to losing loved ones in tragic circumstances, obviously himself going through boat crashes and everything else. Struggle with PTSD and hearing loss added new layers. Rather than portraying him as a villain, EastEnders has often humanized Ben by showing the impact of generational trauma. Seeing him seek therapy, push people away, relapse into destructive patterns. Why fans relate. Oh, here we go. Basically what I said. Despite his flaws, fans have always empathized with Ben. His insecurities, loyalty, and resilience resonate deeply with viewers who've faced their own struggles with acceptance and belonging. Ben's imperfections make him real. He's made mistakes, hurt people, battled demons. But his constant fight to become better mirrors the human condition itself. That emotional authenticity is why Ben Mitchell remains one of EastEnders' most discussed and loved characters. Who's the worst version of Ben Mitchell? This was posted on Reddit 8 months ago. The era where he killed Heather. Coming on here to say exactly that. Pasco, I used to feel horrible for saying he's just so unbearable to look at. But the actor himself is a real POS. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Unbearable to look at. Okay, let's see. That is a child. That is a literal child. Unbearable to look at, that kid. Wow. That's pretty wild. That's crazy. Unbearable. Oh my gosh, look at this headline. I'm not even going to read that because I don't even know if I can say some of these words. I don't even want to know. Selling used what? Used what? What would you guess? If you were to guess what this actor is selling that's used, what would you guess it is? Now we're moving on. We're not going there. We're not going there. Although they wanted to show Ben as older and roughened up from prison, he didn't resemble him in the slightest. He went from a timid, anxious little boy to a chavvy 14-year-old teenager in the space of 6 months. Somebody else said Pasco, 44 upvotes. Pasco, his Ben had the worst writing. Came out of prison, punched his dad. Then a year later was like, I could never hurt my dad. Pushed away Auntie Glenda down the stairs. Well, that is brutal. Impregnated his dad's cousin's granddaughter. Dad's cousin's granddaughter. Yeah, that's just gross. Even if you can't do the math on that one, that's gross. Neglected Amy, so she drowned in the bath. Well, that's terrible. Accused Christian of being a PDF file, if you will. Sicked his thug father on Patrick, catfished Heather, killed Heather. So not only catfished, then killed. Boy, that's... Yikes. He was an endless... He's an endless jerk. Never took a day off from it. So unlikable. So he was the King Joffrey of EastEnders, is what you're saying here. Pasco, 100%. Charlie Jones was such a bad actor, and it really showed as he got older in his last 2 years, but definitely Joshua Pasco. Turning Ben into a killer and creeped me out. And I know I'll get stoned for saying this, but I wasn't a fan of Bowden. I think he was wrung dry. I don't even know what that means. Just a dry actor? Dry personality, I guess? Has nothing new. Oh, wrung dry. Gotcha. Wasn't really adding anything new. Gotcha. Ready for a recast. Ben needs a new direction. Fresh take. 101% my former neighbor. Former neighbor. John Pasco. We got neighbors coming in. I was in the HOA, and let me tell you, he never cut his own grass, okay? He had weeds everywhere. It was gross. Absolute POS human. He could have been the very best Ben ever, and I would say the same. That's crazy. That is crazy. The one after Ben was released from prison and then killed Heather. Well, that is the one we've been talking about. That's wild. Yeah, seems pretty unanimous. Pretty unanimous. Wow. Okay. Whoa. I did not think we were going down some of those roads. That was crazy. But then again, it's a soap opera, so it kind of makes sense that real life would kind of turn out that way as well. Troubled character, went through a lot of issues with the family and like kidnapped as a baby and everything. identity issues, obviously, that's tragic. Lots of trauma from early on from the family, and obviously, as we saw, that hospital scene kind of stuck with me. So, wild one, for sure. All right, let's jump into the next one. Let's hope the best for Ben, huh? Maybe not that one actor, though. Oh my gosh. I don't know exactly what he did that has everyone hating him, but yeah, it's going down an interesting path. Very interesting path. All right, this next one is from Forever. Henry and Joe Live Forever. I don't know if I've seen anything or heard anything about this. So this will be totally new. We do have a lot of information to kind of fill in the gaps, obviously, afterwards, but figure out what's going on afterwards. Till then, let's enjoy this little edit. It's about 4.5 minutes.
You want to live forever?
No, I don't.
Not exactly.
If you live forever, it cheapens life. You don't have that same impetus to get things done. Like, you would just be I don't even know what you would, a slug, if you will. You would just be going with the motion. Nothing would ever have like a deadline to it. It's like, I'll handle that later. I'll handle that in the next 1,000 years. Like, everything just becomes meaningless in a way, because life is forever. There's no such thing as death. No such thing as, I got to make the most of it. No such thing as, if I have this limited time left, I want to spend it with people I love, spend it with people I enjoy, etc. Like, it literally just becomes nothing. So, yeah. Living forever is fun in concept because you're like, yeah, I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. Well, I take that back. Most people don't want to die. And yeah, it just kind of cheapens everything in a weird way.
Laughter is the only thing that'll keep you sane. And this world is crying more and more every day. Don't let evil get you down. In this madness.
It's a great song, by the way. I was not prepared for the throat slit. Good grief. All right, well, potential violence, foreshadowing.
Underneath the sky so blue.
Detective Joe Martinez.
Some people say faith is a childish game. Play on children like it's Christmas Day. Sing me a song, sing me a melody.
Energy drink got me hyped.
Underestimate what some people will do
To live forever.
Take courage when the road is long. Don't ever forget you are never alone. I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue.
I'm getting strong like Lucifer vibes, where obviously not a direct one for one, but a cop, detective, whatever, and then this other thing that just can't die. Like I'm getting very strong like sidekick who has got like these weird talents or whatever circumstances.
I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue. Oh yeah, I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue. Oh yeah, I want you to live forever underneath the sky so blue. Oh yeah, yeah,
Tell her. It's a long story.
Oh, she found out.
If
Tells
we
me
root
she's a good
ourselves
cop.
too deeply in the past, we'll miss what's right in front of us.
True. Very true. Great song. Great freaking song. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah, if we do look into the past, number one, you miss what's right in front of you, and number two, you're not looking towards the future at all. So you're not planning for things, you're not trying to improve things, etc. Then again, if you look too much in the future, you're not thinking about the past, what had happened, how to avoid it. And again, you're not looking in the present. So it's kind of that weird, just kind of have to balance all three, I suppose, to have a nice time. Because if you're stuck on one for too long, you kind of lose yourself in the moment. No, not singing the Eminem song. Forever, a 2014 TV series. Link down below in a YouTube video description when this gets posted. For the original video, go throw it some much-deserved love. Also, check out the channel. They might have other videos that might interest you. Maybe it really interests you and you want to request it for stream. Certainly, do so. Feel free to. Let's go ahead and pull up some information, get a little bit more background on Forever. It was only around for one season, so maybe that's why I've never heard of it. It was in the 2014-15 fall television season, 22 episodes, which seems like forever ago that we used to get 22 episodes for a season. Those are the good days. Centers on the character of Dr. Henry Morgan, an immortal medical examiner who uses extensive knowledge to assist the police department, of course, in solving crimes and to discover a way to end his immortality. So he wants to end it in more ways than one. That was terrible. That was in poor taste. Flashbacks within each episode reveal various details of Henry's life, very long life. The series network aired a sneak preview and resumed the series at 10 p.m. Eastern. Oh man, that is such a tough time slot. 10 p.m.? Oof. Reception of the series was mixed. In the U.S., television critics were divided over the series' similarity to other crime dramas and its premise? Well, I gave 1. In contrast, voters in several online polls ranked the series as one of the best of the television season, well received in France and Spain. Not surprised, the U.S. audience is a little more harsh. Although ABC gave the series a full season, it canceled after 1. ABC cited the show's low ratings as the rationale behind the decision. Television critics believe that's such a cop-out. Such a cop-out, because we've seen other shows with low ratings hang on because the critics love it, or, a lot of people really enjoy it. And we've also seen shows that are highly rated with low ratings get canceled. So I guess it just depends. Wherever the wind blows. Can't guess it, I suppose. Television critics believe that the other factors explain the network's decision, as the show gained viewers who watched up to 7 days later on their DVRs. Fans of the series reacted strongly, creating a social media campaign, tried to save it. Series remains canceled. Okay, here's the premise. Dr. Henry Morgan is a New York City medical examiner who studies the dead for criminal cases and to solve the mystery of his own immortality. His first death was 200 years ago while trying to treat a slave as a doctor aboard a ship in the African slave trade. One of the ship's owners becomes frustrated with the time and effort Henry is putting into this and orders him to stop, shooting Henry and throwing him overboard when he fails to comply. Each time he dies, Henry disappears almost immediately and returns to life naked. Okay. They went all Terminator on it. Wakes up naked in a nearby body of water. Well, that is interesting. The only sign of injury being a scar at the site of his original gunshot wound from long ago. He has also stopped aging. Henry's long life has given him broad knowledge and remarkable observation skills, which impress most people he encounters, including Detective Joe Martinez. Only, oh gosh, how do you even say that word? How do you say that word? I know that word. Oh, it's one of those words where you look at it and you're like, it confuses me. Someone who deals with antiques. Antiquarian. There we go. Abe, whom Henry and his now deceased wife, Abigail, found as a newborn in the German concentration camp during World War II. Boy, this is touching all the rails, isn't it? Oh my gosh. They're like, you know what? With this show, we're really going for it. We're really going for it. Henry is stalked by Adam, who is also an immortal and claims to have been alive for around 2,000 years. Jeez. Let's see if we can find out the ratings. All right, so Rotten Tomatoes gave the show a 57% based on 44 reviews. The star of it is appealing, but his charm can't overcome the show's gimmicky, unrealized premise. So that's the consensus of the critics. Other critics felt the series had issues, inconsistencies in tone and story. Somebody believed that Forever could not last as it faced CBS's Person of Interest at the 10 p.m. slot. As Forever's lead-in, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had dropped in the ratings due to it during its first season. Interesting. Somebody felt that the series was a derivative of Sherlock Holmes. Kinda, yeah. Felt that Forever was a derivative of other procedurals. She stated that the show was breezy and entertaining and reasonably clever, at least when its Sherlock scanning is not of control, due to the performances of its actors. Interesting. Network execs compared the series to New Amsterdam. So it was getting constantly compared to other things. In France, it became a hit. Wow. Attracted 7 million viewers. Whoa. Averaged an audience of 5.7 million viewers. A total of 26% of the total French audience. Making it one of France's most watched series on Tuesday nights. Wow. Okay. That's kind of cool. I like the fact that it can be kind of like mixed over here, but France is like having the time of their life. They're like, this is the greatest. Premiered in Spain, 2.3 million viewers. Over the course of the series, it averaged 1.6, making it successful in Spain. In spite of its cancellation in the U.S., prompted a... called it the summer surprise. Wow. Very cool. All right, let's see if we can get some ratings. Where are they? Pilot episode drew in 8.3 million viewers live. That's good. But the finale drew 4.3 or 4.1, excuse me. That's not bad. It's still over 4 million. On average, at 10 p.m., by the way. 10 p.m. on the East Coast. On average, the series drew basically 5 million viewers live. 1.1 of the key demographic, 18 to 49. If you're in that key demographic, give yourself a pat on the back. You are the demographic that everybody wants. Literally, you are the one. Forever averaged 7 million viewers, drew in 1.7 adults in the key demographic. On average. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Forever had the 7th largest increase in adults 18 to 49 from DVR viewing during the season. Interesting. So people didn't watch it at 10, obviously. They watched it at a different time when they were awake during the week. That makes sense. Or maybe they wanted to watch Person of Interest, but they also wanted to watch this show, so they DVR'd it, and then they watched it at a later time. I'm sure we've done that. I've definitely done that before. All right, the ratings, just get kind of a look on here. Dang, like half the viewers were in DVR numbers. That's kind of crazy. So the pilot total was 11.8 million in the US, which is phenomenal. A lot of shows out there have been getting a lot less and are not canceled. Throughout the season, it dropped to 7. So it was at 11.8, dropped to 7. That's still good, like really good. How does that make any sense? So it lost half the audience, which you kind of expect throughout the season. It's 22 episodes. You're going to have some people drop off, right? But I don't know. Seems pretty, like the DVR crowd was pretty steady throughout. 3.5, and then the last one was 2.8. Kind of seems like nonsense. Not going to lie. I think they just lied about that. My name is Henry Morgan. My story is a long one. All right, how do I get in here? There we go. That's easier. Make it a little bigger. My story is a long one. Something happened nearly 2 centuries ago and I was transformed. My life is just like yours, except for one small difference. It never ends. Every time I die, I always return in water and I'm always naked. Well, that's weird. Now you know as much about my condition as I do. Over the years, you could say I've become a student of death. You see, I need to find the key to unlock my curse, so I currently work for the New York Medical Examiner's Office. It holds the largest collection of slightly chilled corpses in the world. If your game is death, you go to where the action is. Interesting. Born in 1779 in Great Britain. First death was 1814. Stopped aging at 34. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm thinking of the Interview with the Vampire. Gosh, what is her name? Begins with a C, isn't it? Not Coraline. Why am I thinking of Coraline? Claudia. Claudia, who stops aging at like 14 because she was turned into a vampire. And the whole time is just suffering because who wants to be a 14-year-old for life, for eternity? So your mind, you're this adult who's been alive for like 400 years, but you look like a 14-year-old and you can't be an adult. So that's unfortunate. 34 seems like a perfect age. You got a little age on you, but not too much. 34 is kind of perfect to stop aging. He's 234 years old, looking like a 34-year-old. That's not bad. What is the skincare routine? What is it? Drop it. All right. Let's see. Whilst he can, in a sense, die, every time he dies, he comes back, no matter how many times he dies. And no matter how many times he dies, whether he's stabbed, shot, hung, poisoned, suffocated, hit by a car, electrocuted, drowns in water, falls from great heights, even caught in an explosion, Henry knows little about what happens when he dies, except that everything on him disappears. His clothes, personal belongings. Oh, man, can you imagine? You lose your identification every time, your credit cards, whatever. I love how I'm thinking about that. Like, that is the real life stuff that would be so annoying. So annoying. The story is yet to elaborate on the cause of the phenomenon in either Henry's or Adam's cases. Initially put off by Henry's presumptuous deductions, Joe has come to appreciate his expertise as we enter into the world of each victim, and Henry unravels the unique natures of their deaths. Layers of Henry's long and vibrant past are revealed despite his uncanny ability to dissect a person in seconds, not just bodies in the morgue. That's kind of the Sherlock Holmes-y-ness of it. Henry spends most of his free time in his medical lair trying to find a means by which he can actually die. Wow. This whole show is him trying to die. Whoa. That's dark. That is absolutely dark. But it seems interesting, honestly. Very interesting. Joe Martinez, I don't get it, Henry. A man would have to have lived 10 times to have picked up what you have. Well, he's got the lifetime, about 30 of them. Main character, detective with the New York Police Department, obviously working alongside. She was married to Sean, who died. Briefly dated Isaac, and then love interest of Henry. One of the youngest officers in NYPD to make homicide detective. Been working as police officer for at least 10 years. Sharp, no-nonsense instincts and her ability to close difficult cases have given her a tough-as-nails reputation on the force, despite also dealing with the untimely loss of her husband. Ooh. Joe was married to Sean Moore, prosecutor in New York court system. Sean was in Washington to give a deposition. Went for a run on the hotel treadmill, died of a heart attack. Jeez. Took the loss hard, turning to drinking and casual intimacy, if you will, to fill the void. Choice of words there. Wow. She wore her wedding band on a necklace chain and would often fiddle with it, especially when thinking of Sean. Later revealed to Henry that the day before Sean left on the fatal trip, that they'd have a huge fight, of course. Oh, isn't that the case? Isn't that the case? Oh my gosh. Appreciate the Prime subscription, Sandy. That's awesome. I appreciate it. It's free if you have Amazon Prime connected to your Twitch. It's a nice way to support the channel, and it's free, so that's cool. Working with Dr. Henry Morgan was initially a challenge. Over time, appreciated the creative approach, if you will, to solving homicides. Very devoted to Henry, covers for him a lot in front of their boss, never says a thing about his ending himself instincts. I almost said it. Can't say it. It's possible she has suspicions about his immortality as he drops a lot of clues on her in the pilot. She indeed saw him get shot and then grapple a would-be mass murderer off a roof of Grand Central Station, but since she was only half conscious after getting shot herself, she has reason to doubt her senses and what she was seeing and whatnot. Interesting. There's a part of him that I can still feel. I just want it to go away. On drinking to cope with losing Sean. Oh boy. Yeah, that's tough. She compares this feeling to phantom limb pain experienced by a part of you, when a part of you is amputated. People feel like they still have that limb even though it's not there. Someday you'll let me in when you're ready, Joe to Henry. True. Seems like he had to. Was forever canceled, and can it be revived? It was definitely canceled, and doesn't seem like it's going to get revived anytime soon, which is weird because, Lucifer was canceled by Fox, and then Netflix picked it up, finished off the series. It was beautiful. It was a whole campaign. I was so devastated when it got canceled. I was like, I actually enjoy this show. Can we keep it going, please? 911, of course, left Fox and went to ABC. So it's happened. It has definitely happened. Other networks coming in, saving the day. But it's been a couple years, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen, folks. Elements of Sherlock Holmes, The Highlander, New Amsterdam, and more delivered yet another procedural with a twist. Primetime television. 10 p.m. slot, an hour which ABC had struggled with for several seasons, and it produced decent premiere ratings. Numbers slipped to marginal at best levels shortly after that, but it did score well in delayed viewing, the DVR numbers. ABC did give it a full season pickup, suggesting at first that network execs had some confidence in the show. Turned out they apparently just wanted to use it as a schedule spackle. Oh my gosh. After November, it never aired more than 2 new episodes in a row, which stifled any chance it had to build momentum. Jeez. So they were they were airing a new episode and then running a rerun. That's crazy. Its numbers remained low despite the lip service the networks were giving to the delayed viewing stats at the time. Canceled it at the end of the season. Received high marks from critics, topped most of the season-end polls as the show least deserving of cancellation. Very vocal fan base. Remained canceled as would NBC's Constantine that season and Limitless on CBS the next year, both of which were genre shows that also performed well in delayed viewing. See, I don't think people... It's tough. It's tough to get people to show up when it's airing live. Obviously, sports are a whole different thing. Like, you have to watch it live. It will get spoiled if you don't watch it live. But with shows, I think most of us are just so used to just watching it whenever we have time or, DVRing it. Maybe it's on a streaming service. You're like, oh, check out half the episode today. I'll watch the other half tomorrow when I have time. That kind of thing. Like, it's really up to you. So I feel like network TV is definitely making its way out. It's just, maybe, let's see, this was probably before they had streaming services for, what was this, ABC? Yeah. This was definitely before ABC's app. So it kind of makes sense. You know, most people are DVRing then. I'm sure the number would be even bigger if they were having the app back then. And people could watch it whenever they wanted, binge it, whatever. It's unfortunate. Yeah, the more time passes, the more unlikely it is, of course. Unless they did CGI de-aging. Are you serious? How expensive would that be? And it always looks terrible. Oh my gosh. There's no hope, folks. Give it up. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It had its moment in time. Seems pretty good, honestly. I probably would enjoy watching it. It's only 22 episodes, so it's easy to get into. I don't know how it ended, though. Did it end on a cliffhanger? Did it end wrapping up anything? Did the showrunners see it coming? I know sometimes, showrunners will see it coming, the cancellation, and like try to wrap up certain storylines and whatnot. But I'm assuming this one just ended abruptly, unfortunately. So maybe towards the end of the first season, it just kind of gets weird because it doesn't really, just opens questions and doesn't close them or answer them. But let's go ahead and jump into the final video. It ended on a cliffhanger, hoping that would get him a second season. Dang it. Oh, that's brutal. So if you're a new person watching it, it would almost make you sad and angry because it ends on a cliffhanger, of course. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. It seemed very good from what we saw there. Interesting. Why is he immortal? How does he break the curse? I kind of wonder if, I don't really know how that process works, how writers kind of see shows. Some part of me was just like, oh, maybe they just think of a season. If it's good, they write it down, and then they film that, and then the next season, as that's airing, they kind of write the next one. But it seemed like they kind of do like an arc over a couple seasons, and they have it kind of planned out, and then they just write in the details. Ending of the edit is the end of the show where it seems like he's going to tell her. Oh, no. So I guess it's kind of, well, obviously it's open-ended. It's kind of a nice way to end it, I suppose. You can kind of make up the ending. I wonder if anybody from the show has ever said anything about the ending. Like maybe give the fans of it a little resolution. Anything. Any hints? Sometimes they drop some hints every once in a while, years after they realize like it's never being picked up again. Dang, that's too bad. That's kind of a good way to end it, I suppose. You can kind of fill in the gaps yourself. A lot of people hate when shows do that, but I don't know. It could be whatever you want it to be, frankly. Did he tell her? Maybe. Kind of make up the rest yourself. Maybe he did tell her. Maybe she freaked. Maybe she went her other way. Quit the force. Ran away. Maybe he didn't tell her. And they would keep going on this, multi-season journey of her seeing little bits and things, and maybe he can't hide it as well, and maybe she happens to see something, kind of like Lucifer, where she starts to realize, wait a minute, this is the devil. Wait a minute, this is the Lucifer. Starts to see a little bit exposed here and there. I could definitely see it going, 5-6 seasons. Kind of like that. It's not a direct parallel, but it's fairly close. It's a fairly close parallel. So we kind of got that show in a way. They said if the show would have gotten picked up, they would have built it up more instead of revealing right away. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You probably could have... I don't know what he would have done in that one scene, but you probably could have kept it going for longer, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, but it kind of gives parallels to Lucifer, where he literally kind of, although it was a little different in that Lucifer was just right out saying that he was the devil, and nobody believed him. Like, Yeah, whatever you say, bud. He's a little weird. He's a little off. Meanwhile, this other way is like he's trying to hide it a little bit and not wanting to give any spoilers or secrets or anything like that. And you could just kind of play like a cat and mouse game like that for probably a couple seasons, at least. Certainly, they could have done like a little love interest-y thing, you know, people shipping the couple and all that stuff. I'm still bitter. Honestly, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. It's an unfortunate reality. Even more so nowadays, I suppose. That was kind of the beginning edge of it. Like, shows are just getting canceled like crazy. That was after shows started getting really good. Like, really good. Primetime shows. For a while there, TV shows were kind of, they were okay. They were, pretty good growing up, but they got way better when the movie industry started to go down a little bit. TV shows became much better. A little bit of money started pouring into the shows and better actors and all that stuff, better storylines. So I was unfortunately a victim to early cancellation. It happens a lot. Oh, man. I had literally just from this channel, started watching Motorheads on Amazon Prime, watched the first 8 episodes of the first season, which was all the episodes. And immediately, as soon as I got done with it, canceled. It's like, all right. Did I just waste that time? What the heck? There's always that part of me that's just like, do they have any like other episodes that they filmed and they haven't released yet? Just release them. Just put them somewhere. Stream them, whatever. I don't know. All right, let's jump into the final video. This is Stranger Things Joyce and Hopper humor. The editor says, I love them so much. Idiots in love. Sweet. 1.3 million views on this video. Good grief. Idiots in love. I almost said, if you're not an idiot in love, what are you? If you're not idiotic while in love.
Oh, look who it is.
We need to talk.
Yeah, we do.
How can you just sit there being calm?
I am not calm. Joyce! Joyce! Joyce, please! You give me a headache.
Maybe you could do it for me.
Come on. What do you say? Friday, 8 o'clock?
I mean, we've earned it, haven't we?
Yeah, I can't be out late.
I can't be out late.
How about 7 then?
You'll be home by 9.
8.
Enzo's Friday. I meet you there.
8:30, I'll pick you up.
I'll meet you there.
Picking you up.
7. Enzo's.
But when you say date, just so that we're crystal clear about things, so
Yeah,
there's no
Hop.
confusion. Yeah.
Stop talking or I change my mind.
Yeah, okay.
You stand me up. No phone call, no apology, because you had to go to Scott Clark's house.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
But now we know because I've confirmed them. You're welcome.
And then you say something like, oh, well, it's really hard listening when you make everything sound like it's the end of the goddamn world.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
What are you wearing?
Do something useful. You do something.
God, just because it wasn't your plan doesn't mean it was a bad plan.
I didn't say it was a bad plan.
Might have been inferred.
Where are my clothes?
Your new boyfriend, right?
Yes, every man I talk to from now on has to be my boyfriend.
Yeah, he does. He reminds me a little bit of a Russian Scott Clark.
Oh, here we go.
And move your lover's quarrel elsewhere. Why don't you two cut the horseshit and get to the part where you admit your sexual feelings for one another, okay?
This, not a lover's quarrel, pal.
You are way off base.
Oh, spare me, spare me, spare me, spare me.
Not yelling, not ordering. Talk to them. Take me back there.
To the left.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Because some magnets fell off your fridge.
Yes. What eccentric. He's certifiable.
Glass houses, Joyce.
What?
You know, pot calling the kettle black.
Oh, come on.
I'm all ears.
two-man operation. Two.
Yeah, well, change of plans.
Change of plans? Drive.
I'm trying. Jim, move. Move.
Drive. You should go on a date. I don't know. I'm thinking like Enzo's.
Okay, makes sense.
Thank you.
It makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm a little busy right now.
But I'm thinking maybe we can meet up there, like tonight, like 7 o'clock.
What's going on?
Ah, Detective Byers.
Just watch.
Yeah, that you're upset, right? Because I blew up the car.
Yeah, with me in it.
Well, I just want to.
Oh my
remind you of
gosh,
something,
it's the
Joyce.
supernatural.
I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, clearly. You made noise.
I did not make a
Too.
noise.
You
I didn't
know
make
what?
a
I really think that
noise.
it's
What is up with
for you to
you
continue
and
Children! Children.
What are the dashes?
They're blanks. There was, I think it was either an H or a P with the part rubbed off.
Keep it in park, please.
Yeah, duh. It was definitely a Y, for sure. And that, I think, was a B, but it could have been an 8.
What is your identification code?
Identification code.
You don't know it?
I think you should stick to sales. Forget about sales. Why don't you come work for me at the Hawkins PD?
I have to look at your face every day? I don't think so.
So we're walking to Illinois?
Yeah, we're gonna walk to Illinois. You know, I figure we'll get there by like Friday evening. I hope that works for your schedule.
That's weird, right? Why are all these magnets suddenly losing their magnetism?
Jesus
Right.
Christ, Joyce, we're not walking to Illinois.
For my sake, either quit your bickering or pull over, tear off those clothes, and get it over with already!
That is such an amazing way to end that video. Tear off your clothes and get it over with. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Check out the channel. They might have other edits that might interest you. I believe they do. And of course, if you're really interested, go ahead and request it for stream so we can all enjoy together. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Jim and Joyce, shall we? Shall we? All right, Joyce Byers. You effed with the wrong family. To Fiona. Portrayed by Winona Ryder, main character in Stranger Things. Financially struggling single mother of Jonathan and Will. Foster mother of 11. Best friend, eventual fiancé of Jim. November 1983, after Will mysteriously disappeared, Joyce was certain that he was communicating with her through the lights in her house. Despite everyone treating her as if she was having a mental breakdown, of course, Joyce refused to believe that Will was dead, even after his alleged corpse was found. Through cooperation with her friend and local police chief Jim Hopper, Will's friends, and Jonathan, she eventually uncovered the circumstances of her son's disappearance. She entered the Upside Down to rescue him. A year later, in 1984, Joyce struggled to live a normal life with her charming boyfriend, Bob, while also growing overprotective of Will, who had been suffering from visions of the Upside Down. As her son's health declined rapidly, she, Bob, Hopper, and Will's friend Mike discovered that Will had become possessed by the Upside Down's most dangerous inhabitant, the Mind Flayer, who summoned an army of adolescent demogorgons called Demodogs to attack Hawkins. After losing Bob to those creatures, Joyce refused to lose her son to the monster, burning it out of Will and saving him once again. However, she struggled to recover following the aftermath of Bob's death, of course. By the summer of 1985, Joyce was extremely lonely and rebuffed Hopper's romantic interest, despite growing an interest in him. But everything changed when she discovered her magnets losing their magnetism. Believing it had to do with the Upside Down, Joyce convinced a reluctant Hopper, not surprising, to investigate, and they discovered that Russians had infiltrated Hawkins to weaponize the Upside Down's inhabitants. They were using the town's power to open a new gate. Soon, Joyce, Hopper, a Russian scientist named Alexei, and Hopper's acquaintance, Murray Bowman, raced back to Hawkins and teamed up with the children to close the gate once more. all while being chased by a Russian assassin, Grigory. Joyce successfully closed the gate, but at the cost of Hopper's life, as he seemingly disintegrated upon the explosion of the machine which opened the gate. Man, obviously I'm not going to read the entire plot of the entire series, but there's a little taste. We got Jim to 11. There's already been so much pain from the moment you were born. Your mother was taken from you. Your childhood was taken from you. You've been attacked, manipulated, abused by terrible people. Life has been so unfair to you, so cruel, but you never let it break you. And I need you to fight, kid. I need you to fight one last time. Chief of police in the small, sleepy town of Hawkins, Indiana, where he used to live out a carefree existence though forever haunted by his past. After an old friend, Joyce, reported that her son, Will, had mysteriously disappeared, Hopper's life became infinitely more complicated. He began to unravel a conspiracy involving the nearby National Laboratory, discovering the lab had conducted experiments that accidentally opened a gate to an alternate dimension. During the investigations, Hopper and Joyce met 11, the escaped child test subject, who unwittingly opened the gate using special psychokinetic abilities. Eventually, Hopper and Joyce were permitted to travel through the gate, search for Will in an alternate dimension, where they successfully located him, revived him, and rescued. Netflix's Stranger Things Season 5 culmination of the Hopper-Joyce storyline is very big, said David Harbour. Is it possible to find love in a world full of demogorgons and mind flyers? That's what Joyce and Jim are trying to find out. The couple have gone through plenty of trials and tribulations throughout the show's first 4 seasons. Don't expect things to get easier for them, because Jim promises that the 5th and final season will be a big one. There are a lot of character arcs that we wanted to complete and make sure it was a very satisfying payoff. And one of those was, of course, about Hopper and Joyce. Right from the first season, they had a weird relationship. They dated in high school, lost touch with each other. They each got married to different people, had different terrible marriages, came back together and begrudgingly had this kind of tension between them where they clearly loved each other, but also couldn't stand each other. I think that season 5, in terms of Hopper's storyline, the biggest storylines for Hopper are going to be Joyce, of course, which is obviously very big. People loved it, calling it Jopper. It's very sweet to have young kids care about a middle-aged couple. Harbour stated that the other big storyline for his character would involve his fatherly relationship with Eleven. Later in the panel, he said that his favorite Hopper-Joyce scene was one that the audience hadn't seen yet. Interesting. Very interesting. Stranger Things creator explains why Joyce and Hopper's connection to Vecna was left out. This was posted in January. Why didn't Hopper and Joyce ever realize that the big, bad, bald, scary villain terrorizing their kids was someone who they literally went to school with? The 5th and final season has truly divided the internet thanks to Eleven's ambiguous ending. Seemingly endless list of questions that weren't addressed in the show. Some are valid, like where did the Demogorgons go in the final battle? But others aren't that serious. One of the burning questions is all to do with the reveal that Joyce and Hopper went to school with Henry Creel in the 50s, but neither of them acknowledged that absolutely wild fact. Interesting. Max goes memory hopping through Henry's mind while looking for the exit and ends up at Hawkins High in the 50s, where she sees a young Joyce. While exploring that memory, she finds out that Henry was cast in Joyce's production of Oklahoma alongside Hopper, Karen, and Ted Wheeler, Patty Newby, Bob's sister, and Alan Munson, Eddie's dad. Steve Harrington's dad is also present. Additionally, those who have been lucky enough to see the first Shadow play on Broadway or in the West End know that Joyce and Henry actually speak to each other in a scene together, too. But did her and Hop ever put 2 and 2 together when they found out Vecna's real name was Henry? And that Max was killed inside the Creel house? Surely the kids must have told them everything, right? Oh, yeah. There's the name right there. According to the Duffers, that likely did happen off screen. When asked if the final season ever included a moment where Hopper and Joyce realized who Vecna actually was and how they know him, Ross Duffer told Variety, quote, "Yeah, I'm sure there was. We had to walk a fine line with the play. We don't want to frustrate because so much of our audience is unable to see it. To have them start talking about it would have been confusing in the context of someone who hasn't seen the play, but I'm sure they did have that conversation." Fans have since argued that the context of the play is not needed anyway because the show itself literally reveals that Joyce and the other parents went to school with and knew Henry thanks to the Oklahoma Flyer. Others have brushed it off, pointing at that Hopper and Joyce probably did find out as soon as they got back from Russia and were told what happened by the kids. There's a time jump of 18 months between the end of Season 4 and the start of Season 5. So it likely did come up. Still, fans are ultimately disappointed that they didn't get to see the couple mention it, especially as they both came face-to-face with Vecna in Season 5. We didn't even get to see Karen come to the shocking realization on screen either. What a moment it would have been. It's kind of interesting. That does seem like a pretty big moment. Like, you realize that you know who the big bad is. Like, I feel like that would be like a huge epiphany moment that you could have in the show. Like, oh crap. Wait a minute, I know this person. Interesting. Food for thought. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, of course. Very, very interesting. Great mix of edits today. Had no idea where we were going from video to video. It's kind of awesome. Kind of awesome. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I hope you did as well. Happy Monday to you. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the Twitch channel if you want to watch live and join the chat. If you'd like to request your own videos, you certainly can. ToddReacts.com. Check out the merch while you're there. Ships worldwide, 50% off for members. Quality is guaranteed on every single order. Join the Discord. Join the conversation. Join the, I think, 320-ish people in there. Lots of great conversations happening. Friends have been made, all that good stuff. And we do host, we got it coming up in April, a Discord exclusive stream right to the Discord. Everybody's invited. That gets posted to ToddReacts.com for members after. And then it gets posted to YouTube the next month. So whenever that next stream is, I'll post March stream that has already happened. It's on the website to YouTube. So it's just a month late, but it's a nice little bonus if you just happen to join the Discord. Totally free. Check out the link. It's available pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I hope you have a tremendous rest of your week. I will see you back here on Friday for another amazing stream. Amazing member requested videos. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. You could be anywhere else, and you choose to be here, and I appreciate it greatly. Whether you stay the whole time or you stay for one video or whatever, I appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and yeah. I will see you all on Friday. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Have a good one, of course. And yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.